Supreme Lord, eternal truth, let us obey thee alone and live according to truth. Namaste, very good morning. Welcome all of you to this spiritual discourse. Today the topic of discussion will be death and rebirth. Towards rebirth. So we will have a short discussion on this topic, a brief discussion on this topic, death and rebirth. As know, birth and death are ceaseless iterations cause. So birth and death, it is running away ceaselessly. A date is fixed in the calendar of the unknown, the anniversary of the birth sublime we know. So far the death is concerned, it is the end of all human road. So people fear death because they don't know what is death. Death is the spirit's opportunity. Death is the gateway to immortality. But actually people don't know their fear of death. About their ignorance, because people are living constantly inside the ignorance. This birth is not the initial birth or first birth for us, because so many births we have taken till this birth. And the death is not end of our human road, because after death so many births will come, because this is a continuous process. In the evolutionary process we have to proceed on and on. So this is the mystery of birth and death. Birth is not beginning, nor death is the end for this time. But without knowing, we feel our ignorance we express. So quote first, Sri Aurobindo speaks on rebirth. If there is the evolution of consciousness, if there is the evolution of a conscious individual, then there must be a rebirth. Rebirth is a must if there is a evolution of a conscious individual, Sri Aurobindo speaks of. So evolution is necessary, that conscious evolution is definitely, it is a must, so there must be a rebirth. So from the beginning we will trace upon some lines from Mother and Sri Aurobindo's on birth, then we will proceed towards the rebirth. Mother's message. I asked him on December 8th, 1950. When I asked him December 8th, 1950 to resuscitate his body, he clearly answered, I have left this body purposely. I will not take it back. I shall manifest again in the first supramental body built in the supramental way. Sri Aurobindo, about Sri Aurobindo, he speaks of. We know the final withdrawal of the master's body was 5th December 1950. But Sri Mother quotes it is the 8th December 1950. It was a subtle discussion, subtle matter. To resuscitate his body, he clearly said, I have left my body, this body, purposely to accept the supramental force in my body. This is a willful withdrawal. I will not take it back. I shall manifest again. I will manifest again in the first supramental body built in the supramental way, not the ordinary human way. Then another message we can, another message we can get that Sri Aurobindo has spoken of. Shall I accept death, or shall I turn and wrestle with him and conquer? Two options are before me. Shall I accept death, or shall I turn and wrestle with him, with death, and conquer? That shall be as God in me chooses. In me means in me, in Sri Aurobindo, God as the psychic being is seated within. For whether I live or die, I am always, Sri Aurobindo assures. Whether I am here, I live or die, I am always. Then next one, it is written by Mother. To tell the truth, people burn the dead in that way, because we dissolve the body which is immediately dead. Mother speaks of about, because it has to be little bit respected, it has to be resettled properly. Mother speaks of, to tell the truth, people burn the dead in that way to destroy the vital. Because if it is immediately done in a bad manner, not in the proper way, so this vital will be destroyed. I am sure of it. The idea is not to have any ghosts. It is not the matter of ghost or something, but actually they destroy the vital. Then we can take some important thing. There is, Sri Aurobindo speaks of, there is after death a period in which one passes through the vital world. We know after this body is dissolved, this vital goes through the vital world and lives there for a time. It is only the first part of this transit that can be dangerous or painful. Sri Aurobindo writes it is dangerous and painful. As in the rest of our rest, one works out under certain surroundings a riment of the vital desires and instincts which are one had in his body. So this vital energy, vital world, we have to be very conscious while passing through. Sri Aurobindo writes here, who shall slay thee, O soul immortal? Who shall slay thee, O soul immortal? Who shall torture thee, O God ever joyous? Because it is soul is a spark of the absolute. It is actually immortal. Poets make much of death and the external afflictions. But the only tragedies are the soul's failures and the only epic man's triumphant ascent towards the Godhead. Sri Aurobindo quotes it about the poets. Then in the next phase, we will see here, death is but a changing of our robes to weight. Death is, Sri Aurobindo speaks of, about defining death. Death is but a changing of our robes to wait in wedding garments at the eternal's gate. As we are putting on the wedding garments like this, Sri Aurobindo speaks of, death is but only our changing of our robes to wait in the wedding garments at the eternal's gate, nothing else. So far the heaven and hell are concerned, Sri Aurobindo writes of, heaven and hell are at once real and unreal. The both exist and also they don't exist. To conclude about this heaven and hell conclusion, Sri Aurobindo writes, just as you can carry within you a heaven of blissful communion with the divine, that is the heaven, a blissful heaven of blissful communion with the divine inside you, you can. If you don't take care to master the asuric tendencies in your nature, so this nature, both asuric and godly tendencies, if you are unable to master the asuric tendencies in your nature, also carry in your consciousness a hell of misery and dissolution. So it depends upon your work, your consciousness, that godly or asuric consciousness. If you can master your asuric asuric consciousness, so asuric tendencies in your nature, then there is a chance of getting the heavenly touch. If it is not done, your consciousness, in your consciousness, a hell of misery and dissolution will be produced. It will be seen there. So the ghost is not soul, Sri Aurobindo speaks of in another topic we will take in the another time. Here Sri Aurobindo speaks of, there is the divine spark from the beginning. There is the divine spark from the beginning, that is the soul, in all things, but it takes a long time and a long evolution for it to arrive at a conscious expression and form of manifested being, what we call psychic being. It is there, soul is the psychic spark, divine spark from the beginning, it is there, but time is required. In the process of development, it has to come down and it has to become the psychic, it has to accept to change into the psychic being. Sri Aurobindo once again asks about the divine, about the death. Death is a question nature puts continuously to life, and her reminder is that it is not yet found itself. The question, it has been asked, but there is no answer. If there were no seeds of death, the creature would be bound forever in the form of the imperfect living. If the death is not there, so in one body it has to be confined. That misery is coming forever in the form of imperfect living. That perfection will be a daydream. It is almost next to impossible. Persuaded by death, he awakes in the idea of perfect life and seeks out for the means and its possibility. So with the death, it has to come out and take the new birth. It has to progress and take the experience, progress and develop. So this purpose may be solved. On the life after death, Sri Aurobindo in a very beautiful way, Sri Aurobindo has described life and life, death, death, life. The words have laid for ages. Our thought and consciousness and firmly seemed two opposites, but now long hidden pages are opened, liberating truths undreamed. Life only is, or death is life disguised. Life a short death until the life we are surprised. Another good definition: life and death in fact one, and we may say from different points of view that all death is only a process and change of life, nothing else. This is not the end, and that all life is only an activity of death. Only we have to know, because this is the beautiful definition Sri Aurobindo has quoted before us. Really both are one energy whose activity presents to us the duality of aspects, nothing else. So we are proceeding little bit. The psychic being is at the time of death chooses about the rebirth we are going. The psychic being at the time of death chooses what it will work out in the next birth and determines the character and the conditions of the new personality. All are decided not by mind, life and body. It is only the deciding agent authority is the psychic. So, psychic being. Life is for the evolutionary growth by experience in the conditions of the ignorance till one is ready for the higher truth. So, its preparation, everything depends upon the psychic being, the growth, the decision of the psychic being. So hell and heaven are often imaginary states of the soul, or rather the vital beings which are constructs about it after it passing. What is meant as hell is a painful passage through some vital world, that is hell, or a dolorous lingering there. As for the instance, say somebody has committed a suicide, naturally he has to suffer. So these are the thoughts of the mind. So little bit we are going about towards the rebirth. Sri Aurobindo, the mother writes up, if we go a little way within ourselves, we shall discover that there is in each of us a consciousness that has been living throughout the ages and manifesting in a multitude of forms. Mother's quotes here. Then we are going to discuss the very important topic after the death, the rebirth. So many principles, so many theories are working, like the theory of work about if we are doing the good job, then next day will be a better birth, and it will be a good chance for us. If we are performing some bads and odds, the next generation, the next birth will be a struggling and striving world. But always it is not true, because for this karma vada, so we are getting 2 times punishment or 2 times reward. For the good, this time also it's a good life, and for the next life also it's a good life. For the odds, we are suffering here, and the suffering also continues in next birth also. So second thing is that the power, it is coming that decides the powers, that is deciding our future. And in the third, that is not astrologer but the divine wish that struggles, that chances, that actually fixes what we are going to handle. Thing is that the vital, we are suffering in the vital being mostly. If there is some greeds and desires, then all sexual desire, then naturally it will be decided it will be harmful for us. So Sri Aurobindo considers that if the sexual desire is the part of the vital consciousness under the control, then the next birth may be this is not completed. So to fulfill it has to gone to the dog birth. If the excessive greed may carry the vital consciousness into a peak. So before deciding, we have to be very conscious. It is most important. The psychic being decides, the psychic being carries. So after the dissolution of death, vital goes to vital level, mind to mental level, and psychic to psychic level to decide next birth.